welcome back to the Nerd Den. You want to see some more? We can do that. Prepare for launch. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Lunafigs. Back at the Nerd Den once again for part 2 of the collection tour. If you haven't seen it, part 1 is already up. Go check it out. You can see all this stuff behind me and over there and over there. Got Masters of the Universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC. Lots and lots of stuff. So make sure you go check out part 1. But part 2, all Star Wars. Big Star Wars fan, if you haven't figured that out. But let's get to it. Let's go check out the Star Wars stuff. And here we go. The Star Wars collection. And we're going to start off with the little mini helmet collection I have. These are the titanium collection. Very, very fond of these little helmets. I don't think they make these anymore. That series is over, but I have most of them. I might be missing one or two, but for the most part, I have them all. And over here, I've got a Mandalorian gallery statue. See if I can get a good angle on it. There we go. Got a stormtrooper in the way. That's a cool piece. I got a Diamond Select stormtrooper here. Great looking figure. I'm going to be brutally honest. Does not pose worth a flip. Very stiff. Very limited articulation. So not really crazy about those. It did come with a little mouse droid, so that's cool. Then got a Disney diecast K2SO. Then got the Marvel Legends centerpiece collection. Luke Skywalker from Hoth. Then up over here, got another one of those Diamond Select figures. It's Boba Fett. Same problem as the Stormtrooper. Looks good. Great sculpt, great paint job, a little bit larger scale than Black Series, but man, they just cannot pose. Then speaking of Black Series, got Hondo Ohnaka and DJ Rex. These are both from the Galaxy's Edge collection. I got those at Target. And then up here, got a few little Lego pieces. Not a big Lego guy, but I do have a few pieces. My wife is more of the Lego person. And then I got a little Chewbacca shot glass my wife gave me for Christmas last year. A little geeky tiki there. And then a bunch of movies. Won't bore you with those. Then over here is the Black Series collection, along with some helmets. And I used to have a much larger Black Series collection. Well over 160 figures, but decided to get out of the Black Series a while back and sold them all and pretty much immediately regretted it. So I've been slowly rebuilding it. I doubt it'll ever get back to what it was. But here's what I have so far, in addition to those two pieces I just showed you. Got a bunch of Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett figures here. There's the Dark Trooper, Moff Gideon back there. There's Fennec and Boba Fett. The Heavy Infantry Mando. And I got this neat little display stand off of Walmart. It was on clearance. Thought it was neat. And there's a Cobb Vanth there. And there's a Bo-Katan, Ahsoka. Getting tight on here. There's the armor, and there's Mando himself. There's a Death Trooper, or not Death Trooper, a Death Watch Mandalorian Trooper. Then we have Reva, Vader, and the Fifth Brother. Still working on building up the Obi-Wan Kenobi collection. There is some more stuff back here. There's 3PO, got the new Archive Collection Chewie back here. Got a bunch of 501st clones. And some animated figures. There's a Season 7 Ahsoka and Rebels Sabine Wren. Two of my wife's favorite characters. Commander Cody. And some Republic Commandos back there. And then down here, we have a bunch of droids. There's a C-3PO carrying case. That's not one of the vintage ones. That's from Power of the Force 2, I believe. Then there's a voice-activated R2-D2. Yeah, actually responds to voice commands. I've had that for 20 years now, I want to say. Then there's an app-controlled R2. Then all kinds of little plushes and other stuff. There is the Battle of Yavin medal. My wife gave that to me for Christmas as well one year. And there's a little stuffed Chewbacca, a Porg, and an Ewok. There's a Wicket. And then a Lego Stormtrooper clock. All right, let's go take a look at some more Star Wars. And over on these shelves, we have my old Star Wars Unleashed figures, statues, whatever you want to call them. Very big fan of this line. Came out in the late 90s, I'd say, around the time of Revenge of the Sith. And got some really cool looking figures. Very over-the-top poses. Very dynamic. But yeah, I just love this collection. There's Leia. Boba Fett there. I know that never actually happened, but man, it looks cool. And there's Jedi Luke. There's Vader from Empire Strikes Back jumping out at you. And then there's Yoda and Palpatine fighting it out. And there's Luke, the clone trooper. There's Jango Fett with young Boba Fett. And General Grievous. And we'll move down here to my artifact statues. And there is Yoda and R2. Obi-Wan Kenobi. And there's the droids, 3PO and R2. There's Poe Dameron. There's Finn and his alter ego FN 2187 before he left the First Order. And then there's Rey. Then there's a 40th anniversary Vader and some mission fleet and some random vinyl figures that I have. There's a Mighty Mug Vader. And then the dark side of the artifacts collection, there is Vader and Boba Fett. Got a couple Imperial Stormtroopers. And we got a AT-AT driver there, and Kylo Ren, a couple of First Order Stormtroopers. Yeah, they're pointing at me. And then a couple Praetorian Guards there. But yeah, I'm a big fan of these artifact statues. A little bit larger scale than your Black Series. It's a really good detail, so I really like those. And then moving down here, there's the droids Boba Fett I just got. You may have seen that in one of my other videos. But these are also my Diamond Select mini bus. And see if I can get out of my light there. There's Boba Fett. And a Phase 2 clone trooper. Then the very first Gentle Giant bust I got, a Stormtrooper. Then we have a Shore Trooper Commander, a First Order Stormtrooper, TIE Fighter Pilot, and then the main man himself, Vader. That's the Revenge of the Sith Vader. And then this is probably one of my favorite pieces. This is the piece that I'd say started my serious quote unquote serious Star Wars and just pop culture collecting. Picked this up many years ago, and it is just probably the centerpiece of my collection. I love this. It's actually in the behind the scenes documentaries of the special editions, I believe. I can't remember which documentary series it is. I think it's special editions. But whenever they interview George Lucas, one of these statues is sitting behind him. So yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. And over here I have a maquette of an animated style Luke Skywalker from Hoth. And then we've got some more mini busts from General Giant over here. There's Mando, there's Poe Dameron. And over here we got Rey and Finn. And this Finn piece, the likeness on this is just incredible. It did such a great job. And there's Ben Kenobi and Yoda. And then over here, it's a little Lego fig of Luke Skywalker. And then this little pewter piece actually came with a Monopoly set. But I always thought it was cool. And then way over here, just got a random selection of stuff. A lot of 3 3/4 figures back from the Power of the Force 2. Some of the prequel figures, a couple of vintage collection figures, just a little bit of everything mixed in. So lots and lots of 3 3/4 stuff. There's the 500th figure of Darth Vader in the meditation chamber. Yoda's hanging out on top. That is the original Star Wars soundtrack on vinyl from 1977. And more vintage collection figures down here. There's Boba Fett and Mando. All kinds of them. I'm not gonna name them all. But yeah, I do dabble in the 3 3/4. I try to stay concentrated on Black Series. But you know, either I find a good deal or just find a figure that I really, really dig. So I'll pick it up. Then we got a couple of Lego sets over here. There's the probe droid. Cool looking set. We'll say the little tentacle arms do have a tendency to fall off if you're not careful. So be careful with that set. Then we have the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back set. That was a fun little build, cool piece. And I got a couple of Starship Selects back there. There's Slave One and the Razor Crest. And then right here, I have the retro collection figures. Really fond of this line. Love them going back and doing the modern Star Wars characters in the retro Kenner style. Big fan of these. They just announced the Return of the Jedi wave is coming out, so recreations of the original Return of the Jedi figures. But I don't really get those because I have several of the original Kenner figures. So I don't really do the retro collection as far as the ones that are just recreating figures that have already come out. Because why get a recreation when you can have the original? And I love these Kenner figures. Did not have a lot of Kenner Star Wars growing up. I was very, very young when Star Wars first came out. So by the time I got old enough to really appreciate action figures, Star Wars was kind of over. So didn't have a lot of toys. Did enjoy playing with either some friends or neighbors or whatever. Maybe some of my friends' older brothers had some stuff that I would get into and they'd get aggravated with me. But did love Star Wars stuff. But by the time I got old enough to really appreciate action figures, I was into other things besides Star Wars. Wasn't until much later that I really found my appreciation for Star Wars. But I did find it. And then down here we have my pop collection. And there's the Bad Batch. And there's Chewie. So yeah, I do dabble in pop collecting. Most of my pops are Star Wars. I do have some other pops, which you saw in the previous video. So go check that out if you want to see some of my other pops. Not too many of them, I'll be honest. But these are all my Star Wars Funkos. There's my Chase Cobb Vanth. I almost never find chases, so I was very excited when I ran across that one. And there's a couple little Grogu's there. My wife thinks that's cute. And some movie moments. Love the Boba and Fennec on the throne. And I just picked up the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's Leia on the speeder bike. And yeah, I know that one's out of the box. The box was destroyed when I got it, so I took it out. And then we got some sequel trilogy pops over here. And then we also have the Target exclusive comic book pops. Really like those. They just announced a second wave of those coming out. And we got some little baubles, what are those? Wobblers. Yeah, there's Vader, and there's Boba Fett, and a Shore Trooper hiding behind Chopper from Galaxy's Edge. The guy came from Droid Depot. Got him on one of my mini trips to Disney World. Love going to visit Batuu. That does it for this section. Let's go check out some more stuff. And over here we have some mini helmets and C-3PO's head. And these are, I'll say third scale, maybe half scale, I can't remember. I've had these forever and ever. These are Ertl mini helmets. I've had these for probably 25 years. And if I put batteries in it, 3PO's head eyes actually light up. But yeah, these are very cool pieces. And then down here are all my Hot Wheels starships. So yeah, I'm an opener, sorry. But very cool. I love these starships. I'm not sure if they're still doing them. I haven't seen any new ones lately. So hopefully they haven't discontinued this line, because I really do enjoy collecting these. Got a couple Falcons there. There's the Bad Batch shuttle. Yeah, I just really love this line. There's the Razor Crest. The rarely seen Yoda Jedi Starfighter. There's the Ghost. Let's see what else we got down here. Got some sequel trilogy ships down here. And then down at the bottom, there's an AT-AT, Cloud Car. Really need the dust. And then, let's see, got the Star Tours vehicle from Disney World or Disneyland. And then we got some concept Hot Wheels. Get those out of the shadow so you can see them. I did leave these on card. Really thought they were neat. So I decided to leave all these on card. And there's one more hiding back here. Come on. Yeah, there's the TIE Fighter. So those are very cool. That's the Hot Wheels. Let's go move on to something else. And here's a look at some artwork I have up on the wall over here. Cool Boba Fett and Vader. I have this neat little Bad Batch piece. I'm not going to point out what's wrong with this piece. See if you can figure it out. But once I noticed it, I couldn't unsee it. Now it drives me insane. So maybe it'll drive you insane now too. But down here we have my Star Wars Hot Toys. I just started getting to Hot Toys last year, and my collection is starting to grow pretty nicely. And there's the deluxe Mandalorian and Grogu set. Then there's the heavy infantry Mandalorian and the armor. Then down here, got a couple shore troopers, got a squad leader, and a grunt, and a stormtrooper. And then down here is my life-size Grogu statue from Sideshow. Love this piece. Such a great looking piece. I've yet to see any photographs or video that does this piece justice in person. It looks very, very realistic. So if you're into this, I highly recommend picking one up. It is great. And then other stuff on these shelves. Got some Galaxy of Adventures figures. And I got a few more of these sprinkled around. But this is fun little animated style figures. Really enjoyed those. That line only lasted for 2 waves, I believe. So I hated that it didn't keep going, but it's glad to pick up the ones that I was able to. There's an Ahsoka and some clone troopers and Yoda, I believe, that I don't know if they ever came out here. I think they wound up just being released in Europe. I've never been able to find them. Then got a bunch of mystery minis down here. Several Chewbacca's. There's Grogu. So, these are fun little things. Cute little things to put on your shelf. And down here, I've got some Micro Machines Action Fleet figures. Or not figures, ships, I guess. I've had these for a while. This is kind of why I haven't gotten to the Micro Galaxy collection. Already got some pretty good representations of stuff in kind of that scale. I'm pretty happy with them. So I'll just stick with these for right now. Well, that Razor Crest is tempting, and of course they didn't have a Micro Machines Razor Crest, so that can be my excuse if I ever decide to pick that up. There's the Snow Speeder. And those are a couple model kits I did. The Naboo Starfighter is actually die-cast. Very cool piece. Came out back when episode 1 was released many years ago. And then over here we got some Mighty Mugs. These are the newer Mighty Mugs where you push down on their heads and their face spins around with different expressions. And then there's some Disney Infinity figurines. I was real big into Disney Infinity when it came out. Did get rid of a lot of it, but I held on to a few pieces that I really liked. Then over here, just some random stuff. There's a little Grogu, a little Stormtrooper, X-Wing fighter. Then going up the side of this case, one of my other favorite pieces. There's a Black Series Clone Wars Anakin. And yep, that is signed by the voice of Anakin, Matt Lanter. So that is definitely a very cool piece. And this is another cool piece. This is a still on card Gamorrean Guard from Return of the Jedi. A friend of mine gave this to me out of his personal collection from when he was a kid. And yeah, the card's seen better days, but what are you gonna do? Hate to take it off the card no matter how bad the card looks, because it's just cool. Still has the Kmart sticker. He got it for $1 from Kmart. And we got a couple of the retro figures. I did pick these up because these were figures that were never actually produced when the original line was created. There's the Hoth Luke Skywalker and Grand Moff Tarkin. These came with the board games. And then we have the Retro Collection Prototype Editions. And it's Stormtrooper and Chewie. There's Boba Fett, Vader, and I believe this Luke Skywalker, they did one in this prototype, multicolored plastic. There's rumors that a new one's about to come out, but we don't know what character yet. So excited to see what that is. All right, let's keep going. And here we go. This is the last section of Star Wars. And we got some Hot Toys here. More Hot Toys. There's Captain Rex and a 501st clone. And then my Master Replica's mini helmet of a 501st Phase 2 clone. Then down here, we have my lightsaber collection. This is the Skywalker lightsaber and Luke's Return of the Jedi lightsaber. And these are from Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities at Galaxy's Edge. These are all the legacy lightsabers. And down here, we've got the Red 5 helmet, Luke's X-Wing helmet. Then down here, more lightsabers. That is Leia and Kylo Ren. And then we have Boba Fett's helmet and a Galaxy of Adventures Boba Fett figure. Then over here on top of my entertainment center, there's a Jedi Mickey Japor snippet and Luke's little lantern that Yoda liked to steal. And this is actually a Black Series lightsaber. It's a Rey's lightsaber. Very, very cool piece. And then we got some little starships that I got from the Disney store. A very cool Ahsoka bust. It is a Legends in 3D half-scale bust. And then some vintage collection figures there. And a neat little Lego set. It's actually my wife's Lego set, but she said I could keep it in here. And then, of course, there's Lola. If you haven't seen it, go check out my closer look video on Lola. Love that little droid. And then over here, got some more lightsabers. There are Ahsoka Tano's lightsabers. Technically, also my wife's lightsabers. Then that is Saj Ventress's lightsaber. Then we have the Mandalorian Black Series helmet with a Galaxy of Adventures Mando. And then we have Darth Vader's lightsaber and Obi-Wan Kenobi's Episode 1 lightsaber. All these are still from Doc Ondar's. Then we have a EFX Stormtrooper helmet with a Galaxy of Adventure Stormtrooper figure. And then we have a Jen Erso's little Kyber crystal necklace. I actually made that. And then there's a nice look at the Stormtrooper helmet. This is made from the original molds of the original Stormtrooper from Episode 4, A New Hope. This is a stun helmet, so it's got the green flat lenses. And then up here, we have the Bad Batch Black Series. Very lucky to finally complete that set. And then up here we have the last of my lightsabers from Jedi Fallen Order. That is a very, very cool piece. Actually, the end of it comes off. And if you buy two of these, you can make it a double-bladed lightsaber. Let's see, and down here, we've got a couple of Coke bottles from Galaxy's Edge. And that is a vintage Star Destroyer. And then over here, we've got a Black Series centerpiece Vader and a mini lightsaber from Darth Vader. Well, that is it for the Star Wars collection. Let's go back to the desk and wrap things up. And that does it for the collection tour, part 2. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at all the Star Wars collectibles I've been able to collect over the years. Really love Star Wars. It's been a big part of my life for as long as I can remember. Love collecting this stuff. Love sharing it with you. Let me know what kind of Star Wars collectibles you have, whether it be the vintage stuff or Black Series, more modern stuff, whatever it is, I want to hear about it because I can't get enough of Star Wars, let's be honest. And if you haven't yet, be sure to check out part 1. You can see all this other stuff that you see behind me. It's Marvel, DC, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Disney stuff, all kinds of stuff. So if you're into this kind of stuff, I'm sure there's something in my collection that's going to interest you. If this happens to be your first time here, welcome. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. You can check out my toy hunt videos. I do closer look videos on anything that I find especially interesting or I think you'll find interesting. And if there's anything in this video that you want to learn more about, leave a comment. I can either answer your question or maybe even make a video about it. But that's going to do it for today. I'll see you guys next time around.